Supercuts History Minute with a Professor Matt Dillon. Visit one of your locally owned Supercuts today.
South Alabama and the University of Memphis meet in football this afternoon for the second consecutive season. Memphis leads the all-time series 1-0, but today will be the Tigers' first ever contest against the Jaguars at Ladd Peebles Stadium in Mobile, Alabama. The team's initial matchup occurred at Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium in Memphis on September the 22nd of 2018. South Alabama led by first-year head coach Steve Campbell. A crowd of 27,765 was in attendance. The visitors from South Alabama took the opening kickoff and moved 75 yards in 11 plays to score on a 13-yard run by sophomore H-back Quan Baker to make it 7-0 Jaguars with 10:15 left in the first period. In a preview of the offense to follow, the Tigers answered back with junior running back Darrell Henderson.
Here's the snap. It's a give. Henderson, dig hole, left guard. He goes right through. 10-5, touchdown at 7-6. Henderson, 13 yards on that scamper.
They tied the score at 7-7. Early in the second period, Memphis took the lead for the first time at 14-7 after a 1-yard run from junior running back Patrick Taylor Jr. at 13:08, and following a stop by the Tigers defense, redshirt junior quarterback Brady White went to the air for another score.
Here's the snap, and this time they give it. Don't fake Henderson, throw left end zone, caught, touchdown Tigers! The play fake was perfect, and everybody got fooled. 25 yards on that one to Pop Williams. That is Pop's first touchdown of the year, and the Tigers lead at 27.
The 25-yard reception not only was Williams' first of the season, but the first of his career, and put Memphis ahead 21-7 with 10:21 left. However, the last 10 minutes of the first half belonged to South Alabama. The Jaguars added a pair of touchdowns and a 2-yard run to tie the score 21-all at the intermission. The Tigers took the second half kickoff. It took only 3 minutes and 24 seconds to move 61 yards in 9 plays. Brady White found redshirt sophomore wide receiver DeMonte Coxey from 18 yards out to put Memphis in the lead once again at 28-21. It appeared the Tigers had again seized the momentum when on their next possession, Patterson, who missed a 44-yard field goal try in the first quarter, nailed a 42-yarder for a 31-21 advantage with 7:48 on the clock. But the theme of the game continued when the pesky Jaguars closed the lead to 4 points on a 13-yard Orth to Baker touchdown pass at the 5:39 mark. However, Memphis junior defensive end Jonathan Wilson blocked Patterson's extra point attempt to keep the score at 31-27, entering the final 15 minutes. Memphis put the game away early in the fourth quarter, and it started with a reverse pitch from Henderson to redshirt junior tailback Tony Pollard.
Hands the ball off Henderson, right back to Pollard, left side in his room. 20, 15, 10, 5, diving into the end zone. Touchdown, Tony Pollard. And there's breathing room again. Dylan Parham with a huge block. 16 yards, and it's 37-27.
Moments later, Henderson delivered the knockout punch when he broke free on a 54-yard score to give the Tigers their largest lead of the game, 45-27, with 11:16 remaining. South Alabama did cut the deficit to 10 at 45-35 4 minutes later on a 4-yard Orth-away TD pass, but Patrick Taylor Jr.'s 11-yard run, his second of the night, gave the Tigers a 17-point cushion that made the final score 52-35 in favor of Memphis. South Alabama finished the game with 467 yards total offense, 107 rushing, 360 passing. Memphis total 563 yards, 271 rushing, 292 passing. South Alabama senior quarterback Evan Orth was 24 of 32, 350 yards and 3 TDs. Memphis redshirt junior quarterback Brady White, 22 of 29, 292 yards and a pair of touchdowns. Junior running back Darrell Henderson, 22 carries, 188 yards and 2 TDs. Junior running back Patrick Taylor Jr. added 17 carries, 75 yards and 2 TDs. Redshirt sophomore wide receiver DeMonte Coxey got 10 passes, 113 yards and a touchdown. Senior linebacker Curtis Akins led the Memphis defense with 11 tackles as the Tigers claimed their third victory. Playing date is September the 14th. The Tigers have played 8 times on this date in school history. a record of 3 wins, 4 losses, and a tie on the state in 1996. Head coach Rip Shearer at Memphis traveled to Columbia, Missouri to do battle with the University of Missouri and head coach Larry Smith. Both teams entered the game winless, and a crowd of 41,543 Memorial Stadium Farrat Field saw both teams struggle offensively. The game was tied 3-3 at the intermission and 10-10 at the end of 3 periods. The Tigers finally broke through in the fourth quarter as senior quarterback Kadre Anderson went 14 yards on an option keeper to put the Tigers ahead 17-10 with 10:25 remaining. Missouri did close within 17-16 with 3:31 to go, but the Tigers took the kickoff, moved the ball to midfield, and down to punt at the Missouri 6-yard line on the ensuing play. Sophomore defensive end Marquise Bowling from East High School broke through and sacked the quarterback in the end zone for a safety, pushing the Memphis lead to 19-16. The Tigers then took the free kick, ran out the clock, and secured their first win of the year by a final score of 19-16. The Tigers that night were led by senior quarterback Kadre Anderson from Oakland, California, 14-27, 160 yards and an interception. Freshman tailback Teofilo Riley from Central High School, 20 rushes, 62 yards. Redshirt sophomore split end Richie Floyd, Mayfield, Kentucky, 5 receptions for 77 yards. And redshirt freshman fullback Jeremy Scruggs from CBHS hauled in 6 receptions for 60 yards. Redshirt senior linebacker Marcus Gary, Tupelo, Mississippi, led the Tigers defense with 10 tackles, 2 for losses, and a sack in the Tigers' 19-16 win.